one of the things that really resonated with me over the course of last season, and I think a lot of other people too, was the fact that a lot of practices were shortened, a lot of preparation was shortened. Guys really were getting frustrated. They didn't feel like they were being adequately prepared to go out and play on Sunday. And I think we saw a lot of injuries. We saw a lot of, knees, hamstrings, all that kind of stuff. And then once the NFL proved that ultimately they were going to see this thing out, maybe we didn't hear as much about it as we got into the playoffs. But still, a lot of guys had a really tough season last season. All that to say, you mentioned value in between the trenches as opposed to skilled positions. Do you think that teams that are going to be really, really good next season have to prioritize bolstering the offensive and defensive line, getting that protection in there versus going out for like some of these big name skill position guys? It seems like the good teams are the ones that are really, really sturdy and solid up front.
Yeah, everything starts from the front. The guys have their hand in the dirt, or the guys that kind of, work the floor of the game. As great as Patrick Mahomes was the entire season, and he's a phenomenal player, great talent, great leader, face of the NFL. You saw what happened to him when he lost both tackles. It was just he was still making plays, but his receivers weren't catching the ball, and the running backs didn't catch the ball, or they didn't get quite as many yards rushing. But he was running for his life the entire time. Not every team has a quarterback that can run around and still make plays like that. So if you don't have your offensive line, as strong as possible, build some continuity so these guys can play together, try to keep them together for the full year, then you have a harder time. The teams that win consistently over the year have the more consistent offensive lines and defensive lines.